Alright, BobalosRex here. And today's lore rant is going to be somewhat lore, somewhat speculation about the Hearthstone event. So, we have the Hearthstone anniversary event. It's coming up. And we know iconic minions are going to be showing up. And I'm going to throw out some speculation of them early on, or at first thing in this video. I'm just going to speculate on what minions. And by minions, I mean non-named characters. Because after I throw down my list of minions, I'm going to talk about iconic Hearthstone characters that I'd love to see in WoW. I've talked about storylines, I've talked about other things. But I want to talk about characters specifically that either some will have been in WoW but popped off in Hearthstone, others will be only in Hearthstone that I'd love to see show up maybe for the event or in general. So that's what we're talking about. Now, I'm over here in Azure Span because let's just take a look at this board here and boop. Man, how I would love to be able to pull up Hearthstone in WoW. If only. So, let's take a look. Save up your standard packs. We got the new set, by the way. So, I was looking through some minions, but let's talk about iconic minions. And if any Hearthstone creator sees this and thinks this is a cool idea, use it. Because I'm really curious at what iconic minions are going to come over to WoW for the event. So, I pulled up a list from online. Grim, why isn't he here? Hold up. Oh, because I'm not in Wild. There he is. Grim Patron. This is an iconic card for some. Related cards. That's funny. Just more of him. But yeah, so this was on the list. Tar Creeper. And this ain't the only creeper on the list. There's a Corridor Creeper. This big old guy. So these two are iconic for people. And I'll agree. But I may have missed some sometimes when these were big. You got good old Faithful Hill here. Boulder Fist Ogre. Iconic minion. And then we got good old Dirty Rat. Bada boom! Look at that guy. I would love to see him pop up. We got Tunnel Trog. This old guy. Hopefully I'm not triggering people. We got Babbling Book. People had on the list. The Book. Chillwind Yeti. Chillwind. Good old Chillwind Yeti. And who else? I put Flamewaker and Sorcerer's Apprentice too. So here, let's hop over to Mage. You got Sorcerer's Apprentice. And then Flamewaker right here. People were also talking about Firefly. There's also Savannah Highmane mentioned. And I also had Doomguard. You know, good old Doomguard. But we got those all over the place. And then Righteous Protector. Boom. So, those are some of the minions I speculated at showing up. Oh, the big one. Hold up. This one has to show up. Mysterious Challenger. If he doesn't show up, what the hell? He's literally mysterious. And a challenger. Oh, I also had Kobold Librarian, dude. I don't know. To me, this is iconic. Oh, new quest. Kobold Librarian. Look at him. And then I had to put on one more. Spider Tank. Look at that. It's 2 words. Spider tank. Now you may have noticed I missed legendaries because I want to talk about legendary minions. I'm going to do them all on their own. And there is one legendary minion that I want to talk about specifically that I think may show up as well. But let's talk about characters I want to see show up. A lot of these we know. Maybe Ma and Pa. You know, I'm gonna look through each class. You know, a lot of these are already in the lore. Cagehead is kind of in the lore, but man, imagine if he showed up. That'd be weird. Reska is kind of new, I believe. But I don't know if many DK... Honestly, none of the DK stuff is iconic because DK itself is iconic, and a lot of these characters are big characters in the lore. So there isn't really an iconic one in DK. Now for Demon Hunter, again, since a lot of these characters are really in the lore, like Setheno, Altreus, this guy didn't matter. Fellerin, I've already forgot him. Alright, Snake Eyes seems cool, but she's new. I've already talked about the Worgen lady. She's cool. Kane we know, Il'gynoth we know. Don't know how Il'gynoth's a demon hunter, but, you know, really goes to show you anyone could be a demon hunter. I don't really want to talk about the mercenaries because we've already seen most of the mercenaries in. I'd love to see the mercenaries we haven't seen. I've already talked about Risa. We don't really need a prosecutor here. You know. I believe we've seen Jotun. You know, so I don't really have one for Demon Hunter. Other than maybe have this giant fell Leviathan, Zalag the Abyss, come out the water, you know. I'm usually good. Like I said, with Demon Hunter and DK, they're already using a lot of the legendaries. But it's with these other classes that we got some interesting characters that I want to talk about. So, Druid. Who do I want to see show up from Druid? Well, I didn't think about this till just now, but Floop would be freaking hilarious. I would love to see a sentient goop. Imagine, because he's an ooze. All we've seen from oozes is these gooey guys. But this guy over here, look at him. He's literally a goo scientist. I would love for him to show up with another character that I really want to show back up. But other than that, we got Guff. You know, Aya Blackpaw would be up there too. I would love for a return to Gadgetzan and us to see it as a city. But I've already kind of talked about this. So, I'm going to stick with who I picked. Oh, Zoc would be good. Loosen Bart. But yeah, I definitely want to see Floop. Now that I looked at him. Floop would be the most interesting. Because we've seen a lot of these guys. Lady Anaconda we've seen. Chorpure is just a weed dragon. Like, eh. You know, Cecily we already know. Aviana we already know. What is Splintergraph? We really need this? No. The sun setting dragon. This would be interesting, maybe. But yeah. Floop would be nice. We've already got Guff. Guff was like the big one. Oh, wait. If we don't have Tarantus, I would love to see Tarantus. Do we have something named Tarantus in Ungoro? If we don't, he may already be in. But yeah, it's either Aya, which is all three, Druid, Rogue, Shaman, but I've already talked about gadgets. But Floop. Floop would be really good with the comeback. I'd love to see an ooze. A talking ooze. Scientist. Now for Hunter, what do we got? We got some interesting characters here. Zixor is just a rare in BC, I believe. Putricide Shaw we've seen. Haldoran we've seen. Tavish we haven't seen in game, but he's kind of like, he's there. Arelon we've seen. Theldarin. Barak Kodabane. You know, Have we seen the Rat King, though? I think the Rat King would be great. Alright. Flark, I guess, would show up with Boom. But yeah, a lot of these characters we've seen. Rexar's father, King Crush, Zul Jin. You know, he can come back. He needs to come back. But yeah, the Rat King for Hunter. The Rat King would be great. I feel like we've had... Have we had a mob named the Rat King in WoW? I'm looking it up right now. It is. It is in WoW. Wait. The Rat King. But it looks like a dude. Oh, it's a dude? There's a dude in WoW. Apparently called the Rat King. In the Archway. But no, we need the legit Rat King. We need to have a Rat King. What could he do? I don't know. Hang out in Dalaran sewers and maybe... Oh my god, and he'd be a hunter too. So he'd literally have his rat minion. His rat minions are his pet. And... Oh man. We could get it so hunters could tame rats. We need more giant rats. For sure. So, make it happen. Now, what do we got in Mage? Again, a lot of legendary cards are people we know. But I gotta talk about Kazakus. Because Kazakus really should be in WoW. I've talked about him before, but he really needs to come into WoW. I want to see him because he's a dragon. Now, what other iconic mage minions we got here? Varden's a mercenary. Of course, I'd want mercenaries in. Janus, we already know. You know, we got some random elementals. Do we really want them? Ajoin, we know. Raz. Mozaki could be cool, but she's one of the teachers for Scholomance, so I don't know about getting her in. What else we got? Toki! That is it! Where is Toki? Where is she? She's a mage? But she's a time tinker? She has an infinite form? And... yeah, the only Toki in WoW is a frickin' Tortollan. Dude. This is what we need. We need Toki. We need more timey-wimey mages. I would love to see her show up. She's got an... oh my god. Infinite Toki. Her and Chromie would get along. And Infinite Toki and Eternatus would probably get along. Freaking Infinite Toki. You know, and then we got Dawngrass, who is a mercenary. Again, I think they should just be in. And then you got some interesting other characters, you know, Kel'Thuzad, Mordred, Gaia, Frostlich, Jaina I talked about, Mana Storm's a DJ, you know, a lot of characters we know. And Reno, by the way, is already in the game. So I'm not going to talk about characters already in WoW. Now, let's move over to Paladin. If I don't see another minion, it's got to be Murgurgle in Outland. This is the Murloc we left in Outland. I would love for Ashes of Outland to be a thing. Kotori's something. I don't know. Kangor would come with Homeboy. Now we got this character, Rooney. And this is Zyrella's daughter. Oh, that's the mercenary's daughter. That's cool. I didn't know that. So you learn something new every day. So what do we got? We've already seen Cariel Rome. So that's cool. Alright. Seen Bolvar. Seen Lothraxian. He's sus, though. Prince Liam is a ghost. You know. The Puritor. Sunkeeper Tarim. He would be an interesting character to show up. Especially with the Tolvar. With us going down south. I don't think he's in WoW. Or is he? Yeah, he's not actually in WoW. So yeah, I would love to see him in WoW actually. A fully stoned Tol'Vir. Alright, we don't see many of those. On the player's side, maybe he could show us some cool secret in Ungoro. I don't know. He could probably show up. Maybe in the next patch. If we head to Southern Kalimdor. Not next patch, next expansion. You know, other than that, we just got a lot of famous paladins. Oh, no. No, since this is a paladin minion, Shirvala has to show up in this armor. Shirvala needs to show up in character. We have not seen Shirvala in character. She needs to show up. Whoa. How did I miss that? Shirvala needs to show up in character. Why isn't is Shirvala in the blood event in Season of Discovery? If not, we need this. Oh my god. I really want them to add Rastakhan's Rubble into Stranglethorn, into WoW. But I would love to see Shirvala the Loa in-game. Just give us the Troll Heritage questline. Give us Shirvala. There it is. There's the lore connection. Darkspear Heritage, give us Shirvala, the Tiger Loa. If we're going to get Troll Paladins, ever, we need Shirvala. The Golden Tiger. The Holy Tiger. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. Ow. I didn't even think of that. This is why I'm looking through. So for Priest, what do we got? Normal stuff, Chameleos, a monster from Monster Hunter showed up. This is the baby Chameleos, by the way. We got Pelagos. We got some lady. Madame Lazul. Madame Lazul would be big. I would love for the League of Evil to show up. Alright? And I'm going to be picking them pretty much every class. So I would love to see Lazul in-game. With her own special model. You know, we got this singer dude. Is he going to show up? Nah, I don't need him to show up. Amet now. These people, not really. Kazaku-san, I've already... Or Kazakus. I'm talking about his dragon name. You know, you got Lyra. Iconic, but... You know, not that big of a character I'd want to see in. You know? Seeing these guys. Zyrella, a mercenary, should be in. Raza's an iconic Hearthstone minion, but like I said, he doesn't really have that much lore to him, so he don't really feel that special to me. You got Mita. So it's a Naru. Is this like... oh my god. What was the Naru that Illidan exploded? Zera. Like, are they related to Zera? This is one we haven't seen, I believe. I don't know this Naru name. This one seems new. Lady in White reminds me of Yharnam. And then these characters we've seen. Zarek the Master Cloner. He's a Dr. Boom. Like, if Dr. Boom rolls up with his crew, I would love to see these characters. You know, maybe flesh them out a little bit more. Because, like, in Floop's case, he's, like, one of the coolest there. You know, Priest has got Buon Samdi, who's great. Katharina Morte is actually in the game, by the way. She is in the Day of the Dead. She's one of the NPCs that shows up. Alright, Elise, we've already seen. Temporis, Cahoon, Murazan, already seen. Talanji, Natalie, Celine, all these people were already seen. So for Priest, it was definitely Madame Lazul. Alright, what do we got for Rogue? Maestra the Masquerade. Kind of iconic, but not that much. You got Putricide. He may be in WoW. Sonya, Akama, Face Collector. Oh my god, it's been a long time since I've seen this guy. This would be an interesting dude to show up, maybe in the event. Because that's kind of a character. I never remembered him, but he's interesting. Or them. They, them. Alright. Drilly the Kids and New Mizzen and Velarok. These two have popped up recently as a problem. But not enough to, like, bring it back. And then you got a lot of normal characters. Lillian, Edwin. You know, good. Scarab Lord. That is based off of a character. A person's character. Alright. Then we got this lady. Anka the Buried. What a character. But not really. Scabs is the mercenary. I wonder if we've seen him. If he's popped up. Sneaking around. Mira Rot Spring is from the Dr. Boom thing. Man, if we were getting more tunnels, I would love to see Waxadread. I would love to see Waxadread. But he doesn't have much lore to him. He's just the guy. He's just a wax dragon. But you know who does have some backstory, and I would love to see, and I've talked about him in several videos, so I'm going to do it again. I want to go underground with these gnolls, or kobolds. We are going underground with big kobolds. Where is King Togwaggle? Where is he? This is Heist Baron. This is him flexing, alright? I want to see King Togwaggle, and I want to see Waxadread with him. Why not? We go underground, and he's like, I run this place. My catacombs. Stay out my catacombs. We go underground in Eastern Kingdoms. Maybe for midnight we go underground too. Just a little bit. And we get more kobolds and catacombs. I would love to see him. What kind of story he gonna tell? He's just gonna have loot. He's gonna be a dungeon boss, is what he's gonna be. Maybe he's in frickin' War Within. That'd be cool. And then, you know what? She needs to be in the game. Where is Hooktusk? If we're getting this pirate event, she needs to pop up. Because I'm gonna be real. I looked it up. Here, let's look it up. Hooktusk WoW. Captain Hooktusk. Non-canon. Not in WoW. What the frick? Why isn't she in WoW? Where is she? Alright, now we got Shaman. There's only one minion in Shaman I really care about. But we're going to look through real quick. Instructor. Look at these. Zentimo. Legend. But we already seen him in WoW. Brucon. Mercenary. Of course, I like to see them. We got a Snake Lady. We got the Stone Right. Bandersmoosh. You know, he reminds me of a pretty cool guy that we're going to talk about. You know, Inza, the jazz playing Volpera. This new guy has been pretty cool. But you know what? I can look at all these characters. Some returning, some already in the game. Some just iconic minions. But the most iconic Shaman minion ain't Glug. It ain't Hagatha. Hagatha's great, but she has a pet. A pet named Shutterwalk. And he needs to be in the game. Beware the Shutterwalk, my son. We're fresh out of Vorpal daggers. Man. His jaws that bite. His claws that catch. He needs to be in the game. And you know what? Hagatha too. Hagatha the Witch should be in the game too. Oh my god. Cursebringer, Tree Twister, Mother of Wretched Things. Hanzo main. Yo! Little... Overwatch is playable in WoW? Confirmed. Oh my god. But yeah, Shutterwalk and Hagatha from Shaman for sure. Now, let's get into Warlock. There's a special guy here. But of course, Conrathod already in WoW. Tamsin Roam needs to show up more in WoW. All these characters, alright. Kazaku-san, you know I already want him in. You got G-Click and Lanathel, already been bosses. A lot of these people have been bosses. Niru Fireblade is a Warlock trainer. Rin is cool. Listen up. Rin is very cool. I don't know if she's in WoW. She should, like, hang out around if she is already in WoW. That's cool. We've seen Zakul. Glinda could maybe show up with Hagatha. Dr. Morgan was hanging out with Dr. Boom. You know, this is OG Rin. She's iconic to me, but she wasn't like that crazy. But we gotta talk about Archvillain Rafam. This guy. This is a guy that I really want to show up. There were models of him in Dragonflight in the data somewhere. I remember this being reported on Wowhead. So take that as it may. If he shows up for this event, I will be ecstatic. If he shows up in WoW for actual story and plot, I'd be even more ecstatic. I want the League of Evil in WoW doing shenanigans every other... Maybe once an expansion, they show up and are like, blah, we're going to do some crazy shit. Dude, I'd love that. And then you got Ticketus. Ticketus is iconic. Ticketus is iconic. And if you want your cards burned up, we're going to see Ticketus. If Blizzard's like, yo, I want to burn up these cards, Ticketus is going to show up. And the interesting thing about Ticketus is he's an Inferno, but he gets corrupted by the old gods. And he was in Madness at the Darkmoon Fair. So the Warlock Darkmoon Fair connection was right here all along. When is he going to show up? Are we going to get this as a Warlock Demon form for Infernos? That'd be cool. I would love to see more Warlock Darkmoon Fair content down the line for sure. Alright, then you got Cho'Gall. He's a guy. Cruel. Jaraxxus. I would love for Jaraxxus to maybe show up again. He's shown up a couple of times. Trifling Gnome. I'd love for him to show up. The return of Jaraxxus. Alright. Now, for Warrior, what do we got for Warrior? ETC. He's already in WoW. Well, actually, he's a... There's a Torrent band member, but he's not... That's not technically ETC, though. ETC, Elite Tauren Chieftain, is a band in WoW that consists of people. But ETC, there's a character called ETC, which is an Elite Tauren Chieftain. So that would be interesting if that specific character shows up and not the band. Interesting. Hobart hung out with Dr. Boom. He can maybe show up. We've seen all these guys before. Thrabalor. I've heard that name before, I feel. But it's a Phoenix. It's a cool Phoenix. Rokar is a mercenary. Of course, she should show up. Darius, we all know Darius. Galvangar, Ashvane. Armagadillo. That would be an interesting thing to pop up during this event. Alright, but it doesn't have much lore to it. Olgra. FYI, listen up if you don't know. This is Mankirk's wife. Mankirk's wife. Founder. If you didn't know. Alright, just so you know. And you got a bunch of these cards. Nelly. Ramornia. Sarfang. King Mosh. Deathwing. This guy. Boom Boss. You know. This guy. Rattlegore. Varian Wren. The Boom Reaver. But you know who I want to see show up? Frickin' Dr. Boom himself. He himself. Blastmaster Boom. Literally, he is killed in a side quest in Netherstorm. He needs to come back. How they gonna make a Doctor Doom reference? I'm not even a big comic book nerd, but these guys love Doctor Doom. You wanna have him die in a side mission? He needs to come back and be a dang menace to society. Look at him. He's a mad genius. He should be acting up every expansion. Now, we're going to try to speedrun neutrals. Patches the Pirate. Show up. Please show up, Patches. If Astrolore isn't already a character, he should show because everyone plays him. But yeah, Patches mainly. Who else we got? Already seen a bunch of these guys. Zephyrus. Zephyrus, I really feel like, is going to show up. If you're talking iconic minion, Zephyrus is a big guy. Zephyrus is a legend, okay? Let's see this genie pop up with his special model. Oh my god, it would look cool. What is he going to do lore-wise? Grant our wishes. Give us the love rocket. I don't know. He'll be great. Seen a lot of these guys. Seen it. Murloc Holmes. I want to see Murloc Holmes. Imagine a questline with Murloc Holmes investigating a Murloc murder in Westfall or something. Amazing. Alright. Renethal, he's cool. I'm sad he's going away. He should show back up in the story. But we've already seen him. These people, he had a kind of interesting story going to Nazjatar, all this voyage to the sun, but he ain't that cool. People. Iconic people. We've already seen Arthfish showing up. So I can't really talk about him. Alright, we already know a lot of these people. I've already talked about Kazakus. Alright, Crag, he's shown up. Alright, he's a good guy. Alright, seen a lot of... Do we have... Is Whizbang in WoW? He is not in WoW. He should show up in WoW. Why isn't he working in the toy shop in Dalaran? He should be... Okay, so think about... We have that quest line in Valdrakken where we hang out with Yugi Moto. Whizbang should be the Pegasus to Hearthstone. You see what I'm talking about? I want to see Whizbang be like, I'm creating a duel tournament on my island. So we think he's all whimsical, but he's over here having the Millennium Eye in one eye, like, I'm gonna turn everybody into cards. Like, oh my god, the twist. Oh, yeah. He needs to show up in WoW, especially with this new expansion and everything going on. Alright. Seen a lot of these guys. He's been absent. Alright. Elite Tauren Champion. Champion. Interesting. Not Chieftain. Alright. Seen a lot of these characters. You know them. You love them. Same thing with these guys. Ziliax. Ziliax needs to show up in WoW. He would show up with Boom, but he is an iconic minion. So, between him and Zephyrus, I think one of them may show up as a special spawn for this event, because those two are iconic minions that feel like a minion versus like a whole like Gen Greymane is a minion, but he's a guy. Alright, you see what I'm saying? I mean, Zephyrus is kind of like a dude, but he also feels like a minion, you know? Kingpin Pud. He ain't been around long enough. Maybe he'll be special someday. Sylvanas, everyone wants her to come back, but... You know, she's already a big character. I've already talked about Dr. Boom. Marvel. At his might. Dude, would Marvel Snap attack WoW for this? Would Marvel attack WoW? I hope not. Alright, all these guys seem great, but nothing I really want to see. Silas should do something. Silas doing something in WoW would be interesting. I'll say that. We got a pirate patch coming up. Maybe we'll see Tony, King of Piracy. He's the Pirate King. He's going to be King of the Pirates, I believe. Oh, this is the new guy. Maybe he'll be iconic someday. Who knows? Oh, the Undertaker. Yo, he was iconic for a little bit, dude. Oh my god. Priest, I think it was Priest and Druid used the shit out of him. Oh, man. No, he is actually in WoW though, I believe. He is actually in WoW. During a quest, I believe. Geppetto Joybuzz is the guy who makes toys in Dalaran. But he needs to team up with Whizbang. There's the king again. Alright. Here is Kazakus' true form, Kazaku-san. Which is why I think it'd be great to have him come up. He should have shown up in frickin' a current expansion, but oh well. No one wants to see Octosari, I'm gonna be real. Or the boogie monster. He's got boogies. Here was an interesting character. Here is an interesting character that would have been really cool to see in Reclamation of Gilneas, or a reference to Baku the Moon Eater. This is like a big giant snake that like ate the moon, thus the Moon Eater tag. But it was like an illusion. Like imagine, it seemed like a Tsukuyomi effect from like Itachi, where it's like an illusion, but it like the moon event kind of deal is what I imagined it being. And then here's OG Rafam. He's very good at retrieving artifacts from other people's museums. You know, you could have a big theft. He is an arc thief. Have him steal from the League of Explorers. Start a cool little event. You know. And I think that's it. I think that's all. Because a lot of these cards are just the big boys that we've seen that are in WoW. Mechathune isn't in WoW. This would be very weird to get in WoW. Dr. Boom. I got it. Dr. Boom, Rafam, the League of Evil. Okay, so you have Rafam steal stuff from the League of Explorers. Okay? You have King Togwaggle in the War Within with the kobolds in his own little dungeon doing some scheme. Right? Meanwhile, Dr. Boom and his gang infiltrate Encourage. And Dr. Boom takes one look at Cthulhu and is like, I can rebuild him. Boom. Mechathune. Best side patch / expansion ever? No, that would be a side patch for the War Within. Boom. Mechathune. Amazing. 10 out of 10 idea, I know. This guy should show back up. Everyone loved this guy. He should show back up. Same with this guy. I would love for this guy to show back up. And him. Yeah. So that's it. I've gone through the whole thing. I've definitely ranted this. But what kind of characters would you like to show up in WoW that I didn't mention? I mentioned a lot, so there's not much to go on. But I've gone through a lot of characters. You know, if you pause the video, you can look at some of the cards I looked at and be like, oh, I want to see them. I want to see them. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this anniversary event. And I really would love some storylines and some characters and some other stuff that I talk about. Amitas, I've already talked about her, to show up in WoW. There's a lot of stuff in Hearthstone that I would love to show up in WoW, as well as Hearthstone be playable in WoW. And now we close the game. Good game, guys. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.